Hi guys! I really enjoyed doing my mini tarot reading last week instead of doing a 2-minute tarot video. And I'm going to continue with that series for the moment. I'll probably come back to 2-minute tarot in the future, but I'm going to continue with this one for the moment because it got some really good feedback and it was a lot of fun to make. So the two cards that I've drawn at random this week are the Hermit and the High Priestess. So this is a very interesting pair. They're actually a pair that I often associate with each other in general, particularly when it comes to the major arcana. I quite enjoy putting the major arcana into pairs or into groups. I like to order them according to the elements, which elements I feel are most associated with the various cards, and have a look at how they group together in that way. And these are two cards that would always end up kind of grouped together for me, because they both for me encompass sort of air and water, and they both have a lot of similar kind of association. So yeah, these are an interesting pair to kind of pop up together. So yeah, these cards have a very similar kind of feel, and they also do have a lot of key words that are in common, like intuition and seeking, going within, and that kind of thing. So both of these cards to me kind of suggest, or particularly when combined, suggest a quest for knowledge, a quest for truth, and particularly a quest for inner truth and self-knowledge. Together they suggest to me a journey into the psyche, a lesson that needs to be learned about the self, and they might suggest that some inner work very badly needs to be done, that the intuition needs to be tapped into, that there is quite an epic journey that needs to be done here. Quite a lot of change needs to be brought about in terms of the relationship with the self. Depending on the context of the reading or where they are appearing in the spread, I would feel that these cards suggest that maybe the querent is experiencing a lack of intuition, is experiencing a lack of connection with themselves. They're experiencing a lack of sort of understanding of what's going on in their own minds, and maybe they're having difficulty making decisions, and maybe they're just not feeling tuned in with themselves, and they're not spending time with themselves and allowing themselves and trusting themselves to make decisions for them and to know what's best for them. So the High Priestess, as qualified by the Hermit, I feel really emphasizes her associations with, like I said, going on a journey, going within. Obviously the High Priestess has this association while she is sitting in front of the two pillars. She's sitting in front of a gateway. She's on a threshold. So I feel that this combination really emphasizes that sort of liminality. Is that a word? You know what I mean. Her sort of liminal situation, that she is sitting on the threshold, that she is sort of between the worlds. And then the pomegranate suggests, among other things, such as wisdom and knowledge, it suggests an association with Persephone, which is very interesting because Persephone obviously goes on an epic journey into the underworld, and then after the initial story where she's abducted by Hades and then is rescued again, there is this agreement made that she will return to the underworld every year and come back up to the light. And I feel that the High Priestess, as qualified by the Hermit, is kind of suggesting that this cycle of going within and then returning to the outer world on a regular basis is really necessary, that you have to keep checking in with yourself, and that if you get into this habit of checking in with yourself, there is a whole wealth of knowledge and wisdom and deep self-understanding that you can glean. And then of course, which the Hermit does tap into as well, particularly if it was in the reversed position, we have the suggestion that then we need to return to real life. We need to return to a more kind of active mode and implement the wisdom that we have gained. So the Hermit, as qualified by the High Priestess, it really obviously emphasizes his his being on a quest for wisdom and for self-knowledge and for enlightenment and those kind of things. Sometimes I will see the Hermit as somebody who has sort of shut themselves out of the world and that they are sort of avoiding maybe, and that they are maybe even hiding from something, hiding from some truth, hiding from something in their lives that they're, you know, that they're not quite happy with. But in this situation, as qualified by the High Priestess, I very definitely see him as a seeker of wisdom, a seeker of knowledge. And yeah, I think it's interesting. Initially, when I saw this combination of cards, I was thinking, oh, I would also, because sometimes when I see the Hermit, I like to remind querents that they can't stay in that state of seeking forever and that hermitage forever, that eventually they have to kind of return to the land of the living, and that they will never, or they will never achieve full happiness without some level of interaction and connectedness with others, because life is all about connectedness, and particularly as humans, we are highly social animals, and we do crave and need some level of relationship with the world and with others. And initially I was kind of thinking that with the High Priestess, we might be saying that actually, well, we probably are, yeah, looking at a situation where we're sort of validating the urge to go within, we're validating the urge to go on that journey and to maybe escape the mundane world for a while and go within. But I come to think of it now, as I think about the association with Persephone and the pomegranate, I think that maybe that warning element is still there with these two cards, just to remind you not to get too sucked in and to go within, find that wisdom, find that kind of kernel of truth deep within your deep self, but then don't forget to come back to the land of the living. Don't forget to come back to your life and then integrate those lessons that you have learned. Hope that was helpful, guys, and I hope to be doing another one of these in the near future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed this video, and also you can subscribe to my newsletter, which I send out every week with weekly updates of the blog and videos, and I also send a newsletter every month on the dark moon, which is exclusive content, an exclusive article about connecting to your heart story. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you again soon.